dubbing the PPP government's decision to reverse the name of the ministry that manages Guyana's indigenous people to the Amerindian Affairs Ministry as petty and malicious. One of the fresh faces in Parliament for the coalition party, Revert Fernandes, is committing to ensuring that the voices of the country's First Peoples are heard and respected. So urgent and important is this matter in the minds of the Indigenous community that Fernandes tabled a motion at the reconvening of Parliament on Tuesday to retain the name Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs. In an interview with this newscast, Fernandes explained that in Guyana's constitution, the first people are referred to as indigenous peoples. She added that the name change of the ministry goes against the United Nations Declaration of the Rights of the Indigenous Peoples, which was adopted by the General Assembly in September 2007.
If you were to go on the ground in certain communities, persons see that the whole label is Amerindian, like American Indian, as basically being somewhat disrespectful to us as a people. So it is very, very important, and it's something that I intend to put a lot of work behind, and not just to go into Parliament to demand a change, but to put forward our points and so as to have everybody understand the level of importance it is to us as Indigenous people to have that name retained and for us to be in sync with international conventions.
The MP has high hopes given the fact that September is designated Heritage Month. The motion would take priority in Parliament.
It will be within great consideration. I think it will be an excellent show of support to the Indigenous people if the motion is put to the floor after the very next sitting, if that is possible. But that is my hope, that it's not something that is going to be put on the back burner and to be pushed forward.
Fernandes added that the move by the government is coming off as, I quote, disrespectful, end of quote, and pleaded with them to listen and respond to the concerns of the people they have vowed to serve.
So why is it that in Guyana we have such difficulty in something that would appear so simplistic as just respecting the first people of Guyana and addressing them as Indigenous people? So it was with great sadness that you actually have to see persons still referring to it, especially the government of the day, as the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs and Amerindian Heritage Month.
February 2015, when the PPP regime was in power, the subject ministry was called the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs. When the coalition took office in 2015, they renamed the agency the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs. On returning to office last month, the government reverted the name of the ministry to include the word Amerindians. This decision did not find favor with scores of Guyanese. Approximately 2,000 persons, including Indigenous people, recently signed an online petition decrying the PPP government's decision of renaming the ministry. For the HTP Nightly News, Amel Griffith.